Taiwan, I'm Liao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The United States has called Nauru's diplomatic break with Taiwan disappointing. Laura Rosenberger, who heads the U.S. body that handles relation with Taiwan, made the comments on a visit to Taipei. Rosenberger also warned about promises from China.
The PRC often makes promises in exchange for diplomatic relations that ultimately remain unfulfilled.
With the severing of ties, Nauruan students on scholarships in Taiwan now face an uncertain future. Reese Ayers went to one of the universities that has several Nauruan students to see how the school is responding.
Now, when a country severs diplomatic ties with Taiwan, some of the first people to feel the effects of that are students, particularly those studying on scholarships. Now, there are over 50 students from Nauru studying in Taiwan, and 30 of those have scholarships from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now, whether or not those students will be able to continue studying is still yet to be decided. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has urged any universities in Taiwan with students from Nauru to offer them the care and guidance they need to get through this difficult time. Mingchuan University has a total of 15 students from Nauru, and this school is going to do everything they can to try and help them.
Right now, I think it takes time for them to really adjust their steps and think of what they want to do in the future. Most of them, actually all of them, are the scholarship students, so they need to, consider how they can continue their schools in Taiwan. Sometimes there might be some scholarships, from somewhere else, or hopefully, or their countries might provide some, next steps, for them. Yeah, so we will continue. We will just try to maintain, have open communications with the students and then take care of them.
Now, Taiwan has steadily been losing diplomatic allies over the past few years and decades. The last one to go was Honduras in 2023. Now, when that happened, Honduran students actually got together, they made groups, they got their parents involved, and they petitioned the Honduran government to try and get funding for them to finish their programs in Taiwan if they so wished. Some students actually chose to go over to China to finish their programs there. Now, once the shock for the Nauruan students currently studying in Taiwan has subsided, they will face similar decisions about whether or not they want to continue their studies here, if they can, or if they want to go over to China to continue programs there. Eason Chen and Reese Ayers for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is revamping military conscription with the first recruits entering the new program next week. Rick Liao reports from the Defense Ministry on how longer military service is part of Taiwan's war readiness plan.
Taiwan's military is rolling out its new conscription program. From next week, young Taiwanese men joining mandatory military service will train from 1 year up from the current 4 months. It's all part of Taiwan's big defense reforms, designed to counter China's increasing pressure on the nation that it claims as its own.
目前相关的配套措施等等皆都已经完备。那么目的就是希望能够提升国军的整体战力。
New recruits will learn how to handle rifles, machine guns and grenades, with a $300 bonus for successfully completing this training. The new mandatory military service program is part of a raft of measures designed to counter China, which include boosting defense spending and developing Taiwan's domestic weapons manufacturing industry. The message from Taiwan's government is clear. It will take an all-country effort to keep Taiwan free. Leon Lien, Sam Hui and Rick Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwanese investment in China plummeted nearly 40% last year to a more than 20-year low. The economy ministry here says Taiwan's businesses invested around $3 billion in China in 2023, the lowest amount since 2002. The number of Taiwanese investment projects in China also dropped by around 10%. It comes as Taiwan seeks to diversify its trade and investment away from China by developing economic relations with other countries. Beijing has a record of using economic measures to put pressure on Taiwan. A Foxconn subsidiary has been hacked and its data put up for ransom. Hackers hijacked the website of semiconductor firm Semicon and posted threatening messages. They say that if the company does not pay the ransom, the company's customer data will be sold off to the dark web and its employees put out of work. Fox Semicon counts high-profile U.S. companies like Applied Materials among its customers. What everyone knows is true. Taiwan's housing is well beyond affordable. new figures show. And it's getting worse, as John Van Trieste reports. It's one of the first challenges President-elect Lai Ching-te will face.
Home ownership is slipping further out of reach for many in Taiwan, even though new units like these are always under construction. Fresh figures from the Interior Ministry show Taiwan's lack of affordable housing is getting worse. In the third quarter of 2023, homeowners were spending over 42% of their income on mortgage repayments. Go back just 2 years to the same part of 2021, and that was just 37%. Taiwan has long been an expensive place to buy property. The capital, Taipei, rivals New York in terms of the mortgage burden. But prices have reached a point where some find even the idea of buying a home unthinkable.
应该没有考虑这件事情，就租房子就好了。如果在台北市开销，顶多存1万吧，怎么可能付得起头期款？
And it's not just Taipei. Just 3 regions of the country have housing considered affordable. That's to say that mortgages are less than 30% of income. There's the city of Keelung near Taipei, and then the largely rural Jiayi and Pingdong counties in the south. The case is political, and it was one of the big issues in Saturday's election. For 2 years, the government has tried to crack down on investment properties, something it's blamed for high prices. One NGO advocating for affordable housing says the fact prices are still rising might have cost the ruling DPP around 2 million votes from young people.
就是他买不起，然后他租房子租不好，等社会住宅等不到。我会觉得说，在这个房价的这样的问题没有去解决的时候，你怎么指望我们的年轻人可以买得起？你怎么指望我们今天公布的那个房价指数可负担性可以出来？
That's a challenge Taiwan's next government must face.
The DPP has won another presidential term, and now it has big promises to deliver on. President-elect Lai Ching-te has promised higher taxes on owners of multiple homes, and he's promised subsidies to help with interest on home loans. While overseas observers look to Lai's China policy, at home it's his housing policy many will be watching more closely. They'll be looking to see whether he keeps his promises and whether his ideas work. Alex Chen and John Van Trieste in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Ahead of Lunar New Year, elderly people from all over Taiwan have gathered for a special feast just for them. Tiffany Wong reports.
New Year, new friends. Nearly 300 seniors from around Taiwan gathered in Taipei for an early Lunar New Year celebration.
我们老了，没有什么那个活动嘛，看看走一走看看，看看这个外面怎么样？
因为我们在乡下，一来这边看到这个大都市里，看这个世面，很高兴啊。
我们这个有这个活动，我才有上来，因为脚不方便。
Many of the people here have some situation that may make it difficult for them to socialize regularly. They might be from remote areas or low-income households. Some experience cognitive issues related to age. But charity group the Federation for the Welfare of the Elderly says that shouldn't stop them from keeping holiday traditions alive, especially the tradition of coming together.
围炉是一个年节的关心。第二个就是不管他独居，不管他失智会走失，不管他是没有家属，甚至是有家属都不在身边，自己被关在5层楼的公寓，他依然是要被我们关心的。
As Taiwan becomes a super-age society, many older people find themselves navigating life alone. But events like this remind them that there are still people who care, preserving the spirit of the family holiday. Justin Wu and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with this fireworks display in Copenhagen celebrating the coronation of Denmark's new king, King Frederick X. I'm Leslie Liao. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
For more stories from here at the Twin Oaks Estate and around the world, make sure to visit Taiwan Plus News on social media.